Alright, I think we're good. I think it's good. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. My internet just took a dump for a second. Just long enough to kill the stream. It disconnected me from my online session, but thankfully I wasn't doing anything with like I wasn't doing anything with teammates, so it didn't interrupt the hunt either. So yeah, that happens once every so often. I guess it hasn't happened in a while because I don't stream as frequently as I used to. So you know, there's less opportunity for that to happen. But we're back in, baby. All I know is Teppen is Capcom. Yeah, it's literally like everything Capcom. Like all the cards. There's like cards for some of the most obscure Capcom characters ever. Like everybody that you've heard of and everybody that you have never heard of is in that game. If it's a character that was in a Capcom game once, it's there. So, and it's fun. I would say if like I said, it doesn't have turns. So like if you're more of a fan of like a traditional card game, it may not be for you. But I say give it a play and see what you think. It's free. I mean, and it's interesting because there's the cards, but then like you pick a character. There's a set of characters. There's not a whole lot, but there's probably like Ryu, Chun-Li, Wesker, Morrigan from Darkstalkers, Nero. I had installed on my phone for a while, but I never started it. You know what it plays like? It's kind of unique. Like, I'm trying to think of a game to compare it to, but it's like, I mean, imagine if Hearthstone allowed both players to just constantly be attacking all the time. Like, but they weren't sending out attacks directly. Like, they were putting monsters on the field, and the monsters were just constantly attacking at all times. Like, that's kind of what it's like. And when you activate like spells and stuff like that, it stops the game. And, like, it stops the game and it gives your opponent the opportunity to counter. And you can basically do this like back and forth while the game is stopped, activating special effects, just like an auto battler. Yes, very much so. And you're gaining mana points over time, and then you spend those mana points to play cards, basically. And each character has their own special move that you work towards that have different effects. So like Ryu's got the Shinku Hadoken, which will just hit a card for like 7 damage, like just instantly, and basically break it down, basically destroy it. If I remember, I might be wrong, but I think Chun-Li has like a shield, like she shields all the monsters on the field on her side immediately. Wesker like has the ability to just, I think, destroy any card that he wants that's on the field. I might be wrong about some of those, but like I said, I can't remember exactly all the, because I haven't touched it in a while, so. Oh, I just missed the wall. I made a picture in my head though. Yeah, if you saw it, if you're familiar with auto battlers in general, then you know, I think you'd be fine. But you go through the tutorial, play little story missions or whatever, and then, you know, see how you feel about it. Like I said, it's not a bad game. I just don't play a lot of mobile stuff. You'll stream it one day? Yeah, go for it. It's pretty popular, so you probably get some people in to come check it out. You know, some new faces. Indianapolis toast. It's not looking good for him. My last auto bet, not much for it, but the last one was Mobius Final Fantasy. I'm not familiar with that one at all. I think the thing about it is, it's an auto battler for Capcom fans. Like, if you love Capcom in general, you'll love it. But if you're not like a massive mark for Capcom, then you probably won't enjoy it as much. That's kind of the way I've heard people describe it. Oh, he's running. Let's get that tail, though. This red pit. So basically a card game of Capcom fan service. Yep. Basically. There's characters in that game that are obscure as like Resident Evil characters that were in the game for like 30 whole seconds and then got eaten. Like that level, that far down the list of like relevancy in terms of like characters that have cards. I think it goes down that far rather. Oh, he's on fire. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have done Oh, he's enraged. I'm saying, why didn't it work? Also, that's not fair. If he's stunned, it should still work. If I went to the trouble of stunning him and then I got it. Ooh, that was close. Hey, another thing about this game, if you get good at Dark Souls, then that helps a lot with this game too, because a big part of this game is learning how to dodge roll at the right time. How to use those sweet invincibility frames. I guess I'll just have to do an expedition to catch find these anomalies that are supposed to be in the ancient forest. Because fighting monsters, I'm not finding them naturally that way. Get those Anjanath prints. Honestly, I think May would like this more. Like, well, you mean like over Dark Souls? Yeah, I mean, it's got customizable cat buddies and cats that make you delicious food. So I think it's hard to argue. You know, it's hard to argue against that. It's just like I said. It is a grind. It is a grind to not just to kill monsters, but and get armor sets and stuff, but to just get used to everything and get into the game. It takes a while. Put on the rock steady real quick. I mean, I'm sure I'm making this like fights with the guys like this look easy, and once you get past low rank, they're really not that hard. But the first time you fight an Anjanath, it's horrifying. You're like scared to death. Because you don't know how to approach him. And you don't know what he's gonna do. Oh, that's right, I don't have fire resistance at 20. I get fire blight. Once you get comfortable fighting these monsters, it's like you kind of feel like a cowboy, just flying around in circles around them, just doing kind of whatever you want to do and smacking them around for 20 minutes. He's got to be close to death. Yeah, there he goes. He's running away. Ah. Oh well. Capturing. Oh, also, capturing is always better than killing if you can do it. If it's an option to do it. I should have told Graves that earlier. If you can capture, always capture. Do not kill. You still get a decent reward for killing, but capture yields more materials. Which is kind of backwards, but it makes sense because capturing monsters is more difficult than... you made me waste another one of those. Stop running. Stop running and let me take you to... Oh wait, he's stuck. He's stuck. There we go. And capturing is, I mean, like, the actual process of capturing is really easy too. Like, you just saw me do it. It's literally like, you gotta catch them in a trap. And then just hit them with 2 trank bombs, and that's it. The challenge with capturing is, getting them to the, like, recognizing the point that they're ready to be captured. They'll limp away when they're ready, but there's also a little symbol that pops. There's a little skull that appears above their icon on the mini-map that tells you. But sometimes that icon does not show for some reason, and if a monster's like in rage mode or something, you won't be able to tell that they're ready to be captured. If it doesn't show that skull, and they're in rage mode, you don't ever see them limp, so like you think they're still fine, and then you just accidentally kill them because you just keep wailing on them, and then they die. Which again, unless it's a capture only mission, it's not a big deal to kill them. You just don't get quite as many rewards for doing it, or you don't get quite as many materials for it, but. Voucher. Seems simple enough. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of it's not hard to do. It's just you just have to learn about it. That's all it is. Once you learn about certain things, it's like, oh, that makes more sense. That's a lot more clear. When, like, eating food, eating your meals, your pre-hunt meals. For the longest time, I was like, why would you do anything other than chef's choice, right? Because if you go in, you go to get a meal, chef's choice uses all fresh ingredients, right? In your ingredients list, you've got your fresh ingredients they're random. It changes. Like, you have the same ingredients available for every meal, but whichever ones are considered fresh change. And eating fresh ingredients gives you not just everything gives you a stamina buff, but fresh ingredients give you a health buff too. Like, they increase your max health up to 50 or plus 50 or whatever. So you only actually need 5 fresh ingredients to get the max health buff. And when you go to Chef's Choice, like I said, because it's all fresh ingredients, you get the max health buff, and then as you can see, there's like other effects. There's attack buffs, defense buffs, elemental buffs, and then there's like those skills at the bottom, right? But it's fine if you just don't really care to learn about it. Like, it works, but as you start fighting tougher monsters, you may want certain buffs. You may want like certain things that you may not like. For example, I may make a build and then like I may have speed sharpen on the build, so that it takes my guy like way less time to resharpen his weapon. But I may want to take that skill off. I might want to replace that skill with something more offensively minded. Because maybe I want to do some extra damage to the monster. Maybe I'll throw in peak performance or something like that. When I make my meal, I can replace that speed sharpen with feline polisher, which you get by eating a meal that includes 2 red food items, which are all the food items at the top, on the top row, right? Except for the drinks. The drinks have their own skill set or whatever. But when you include 2 red food items, you get the feline polisher skill, which speeds up sharpening time. So if I knew for sure I'm just gonna get that skill from my food, I'll replace speed sharpen from my armor set. So that's just one example. But you can kind of take that concept and apply it to a bunch of other stuff. So if you want certain skills, and of course you can look and see what skills you can get with each food type. So for every 2 food items of a certain color, you get another, like, that buff changes to something else. So 2 red items get you feline polisher, which is the speed up sharpening time. But if you have 4 red items, then you get the feline rider, which makes it easier to mount monsters. And then if your entire meal consists of nothing but red items, then you can stun monsters easier. The problem with focusing on specific skills like that is if you don't have a lot of fresh ingredients in your meal, there's a really not a great chance that you'll actually get that skill, because if you look in the sort of center right box at the bottom where it says food skills, at the very bottom of that there's a counter for the fresh ingredients and then activation chance. So the more fresh ingredients you have, the better chance you have of those skills activating. So now there is a solution to that problem. So let's say I wanted my meal to look like this. Let's see, let me just pick. Right. I want to be able to stun a monster easier, and I want a large attack boost, which you get from eating 6 meat items. So the attack, defense, and elemental buffs come from like the type of, not the color of the food, but the type. So every 2 meats gives you an attack buff, every 2 fish gives you a defense buff, and every 2 veggies gives you an elemental buff. So let's say I want this as my meal, right? But I really want that skill. I really want that slugger skill. If I eat this meal like this, probably not going to get it. However, there is an item you can get called the voucher, and also there's a gourmet voucher, which the difference is that voucher, if you buy a meal with a voucher, it guarantees the skill, whatever skills you pick. So if I use a voucher and then I go in there and I pick 6 red meat items, I'm guaranteed a big health. I'm guaranteed the health buff, and health buff. I'm guaranteed the large attack buff, and I'm guaranteed the skill that's going to provide, right? So, and then gourmet voucher does that, but the upside to using that is it applies those same skills to everybody in your team. So that's more of a team item. That's not really for like you yourself. And that's a lot to take in. Obviously, that's a lot of information I just threw out there. But like, that's my whole point is like, when you look at this at a glance, it doesn't seem like there's much you can do. Or, it doesn't seem like there's any reason to really dive into it further than, oh, chef's choice. Why go any different? And that is a simple way to deal with it. You can always eat chef's choice and you'll be fine. Like, it'll be okay. But if you really want to take your skills to the next level, you can focus on building your own plates just the way you want them to be, and you can get your buffs just the way you want them to be. So that's another little lesson. Like I said, I've done like all this. I've done a bunch of research and looked up a lot of this stuff because I didn't understand how any of that worked, and it kind of didn't make sense to me that they would have all of that stuff, all of those options, and it literally only be like, well, fresh ingredients are the only thing that makes sense. It can't be like that. There has to be a reason that you would deviate from that, and there is. So that's just kind of one example. Got some Anjanath parts. Marathon runner. Boy, it takes from beta to alpha, it takes a big hit in the slot department, because those level 4 slots are huge. Marathon runner. Whoa, that's maxed. That's got Bombardier maxed. That's crazy. Wait, why does that say level 4, level 5? That's a pretty good set there. And it's got crit boost. I could get 2 of these parts. Alright, dude, I'm about to pass out. Have a good night and enjoy the remainder of your stream. Probably stands for Monster Hunter rank. I guess I'm not sure what you meant on the last part there, but alright, man. Well, I appreciate you hanging out again. Thanks a lot for coming by. I'll catch you, I guess, on May's stream. I'm sure she'll probably stream before me again, so I'll see you there. And I guess I'll see you also next time I'm up and running. I'm gonna try to stream this more because I feel like this is the game for me to stream, because I feel like I can just talk. I can just ramble about it, and like I can ramble about a lot of stuff, but I feel like Monster Hunter is one I can just do it. But and at least halfway feel like I know what I'm talking about. Anytime, man. Always happy to hang out. All right, I appreciate you, man. See you later. Rambling's good. Yeah, I guess you want to ramble when you stream, but yeah. Alright, catch you later. Okay. Clockwork. These are really good skills. What is that? Slog bone? I got enough to get 2 parts. Ultra Plagueia sack. That's for part breaker. I feel like the 3 parts I would want here. So this is clearly designed for, this set is clearly for destroying parts, right? It's got the bombardier skill set. It's got and part breaker together. Like, just that by itself is enough to confidently say that this is specifically for breaking stuff. And it's got agitator, which is good. So I think see, I wouldn't want to get. I really wouldn't want to miss out on the second agitator, but let's see. Those 2 together, we get agitator to level 4. Level 3. If you got to level 3, though, if there's an agitator's decoration, it has to give you 2 points, right, in that field. Raises the maximum. Ah, there we go. Okay, so if you have 3 items, then you can increase bombardier even higher. Which, if you have the whole alpha set, then you're good. You'll be able to do that. It looks like. Okay. Well, I kind of want to just like buy this stuff because the Steam ticket seems to be all that's good for. So let me check Palico stuff though, or in weapons. Let's see. Gotta fight a Kuluyaku. Zitsuyaku. Ugh. Aerial Magus. Beata Disclave. Affinity's way down. Well, Affinity would be 40% with my armor set that I've got on. But that's higher damage. It's elemental though. It is ice, which would really be very useful against a lot of these newer monsters, I don't think. This Kadachi Fury looks good, but slot's not. It's not looking real strong in the slot department. I think it'll be a little bit before I really start diving into the weapons. I need to sort. It already does more damage. Jeez. Okay. Well, for now, I think I can proceed. Things seem to still be going pretty smooth as we currently are rolling. Let's check out the old optionals. Let's get this Bombaro real quick. Oh, he's in the ancient forest? That's weird. Gotta go eat though. A buff all around, I'll take it. I think I grabbed my expedition set up. So let's go get the capture. I guess I need to throw... Let's see. I need to put hot drink in that needs to be a part of all of these. Or yeah, we'll do 3 because we usually get 2 for free, so I'll worry about the kill later because I'm probably not getting a kill set up for a while. Let's go get this Bombaro. Here we go, here we go. Let's get these buffs real quick. Alright, Bombaro. This is kind of a small map for a monster that's so big. Feels that way anyway. Where are you at? Let's get this red pit. Get some of that honey. Ugh. Ah, there you are. Gonna try to wrap this one up pretty quick. I think I've about had my fill tonight. Get those footprints. Where do they go? I need the footprints. He's right there. I'm being nope. There he is. Whoa. There he goes.
need those footprints. Give them to me. Ooh, boy. Lay it on thick. Getting the damage. Ooh, got him big time. Wow, he broke out of that quick. Jeez. How are the horns still not broken? And there we go. That was easy enough. Alright, y'all. I think that's gonna do it for me tonight on stream. Appreciate everybody that came out tonight. Had a good time. I think I'll be doing some more Monster Hunter when I stream. This feels like I'm having the most fun while being able to still relax. Sorry, get the hiccups. So I might have to do this more. Maybe do some group stuff next time. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, thanks guys, everybody. If you're watching this after, see you later. catch you next time. Bye.